This is part 3 of Call of the Sea. And as I'm definitely saying for the first time today, all secrets shall be revealed, because last time we left off underwater, possibly in a dream. We'll figure it out right now. When I was loading in like this, it looked like a 2D like platformer game where you need to do an underwater section. So I was looking, where's my character on screen and how do I navigate them? You know, like the underwater sections in Gris or like in Super Mario. But actually, this is a 3D game, as you can see. Once I look around, everything becomes a bit more illuminated. And it's like we have a flashlight, but we just have beautiful fish person hands, because as we learned last time, the black ooze turns regular people into fish people.
I should be scared, but it's hard to explain what I feel, but it isn't fear. Not a bit.
See? You can see some sort of portal. Yeah, similar to the structure that I'm emerging out of, so maybe we need to go there and continue on into the next sequence, or alternatively, can we surface? Like, technically we can surface, however, I'm not sure if this is an environment that is...
One of those gates, like the one I saw in the temple.
Oh, I see. We need to use this one to get out of the water, don't we?
I'm back to being me.
Interesting. Very, very curious indeed.
It's hard for me to understand how these gates work. What happens every time I cross one of them?
Well, you see, when you step onto the teleporter, your energy signature is... No, stop. Wrong franchise. Okay, so we can warp into the water over here and explore on here. However, there's... Okay, the game makes it clear to us we are not supposed to roam around here. We are supposed to get in the teleporter. But I still want to know if there's any secrets to be found. So once again, we are going to interrogate the level geometry, as we want to do on this channel. I don't know why I love this particular phrase so much, interrogate the level geometry, but it's something that I just keep coming back to. It appears there's no... This geometry does not respond to interrogation tactics. So we will move on. I was going to say, like, oh, here are some bubbles so I can extend my underwater time. I was thinking in Subnautica terms, because maybe like this is something that you could also see in Subnautica. Maybe the color palette would be a bit more muted, like the color grading. But other than that... Oh. We have some sort of lever? Lever? Do you say lever or lever? Is that a dialect thing? So it looks to me like... Yeah, no, there's a water current.
Another panel of this strange technology. What's it for? Something related to the currents?
So do we do straight or do we do jagged? Oh, you know what? We're changing direction of... Okay. I can press the button and it only flips between these two positions, so... Now I suppose it's going to pull us in. No. If anything, it's pushing us way harder. Is there... You know what? I only tried this button. Is this also... Ah. Okay. What happens if we try and rotate this while it's happening? It's not letting us. But I'm thinking we need to press these at the right time. Like, this is going to take longer to fill than this. So we need to time it out correctly so that they both meet in the middle. Maybe like so. No? Yes? There we go. Yeetus my skeeters.
Wow.
Being shoved along the rail. I'm looking around and not much more. Also, I feel like my PC is struggling with this.
The island is pierced by underground currents.
Yeah. It's like, it's telling me I get like 1 billion frames per second, but also it's somehow frame dropping, I don't know. Maybe the screen capture is interfering with it. I don't know what's up with my screen capture lately. Okay, we're getting out of the water again. Oh, you know what? It was just the vision was distorted when we came out of the water.
Architecture again. Where is this gate going to lead me now?
Let's observe. Also, actually, let's get a screenshot of this, because that would make for a nice thumbnail. I've actually been looking, and you may have seen I've uploaded the VODs so far now, but I've had a bit of trouble to find good screenshots, except good thumbnails.
Quiet and peculiar place.
Besides the few screenshots that I already took in game. So we have 5, 3, 4, 3, 2, and then just a lot. But also not proper hands. Those were hands, and those are like scratch marks. We have a bowl, potentially a food container. More of these painted scratch marks. We have a button of some sort, possibly. Okay, so this is irreversible, so I'm led to believe that maybe we can just check off all of these.
We slaves, masters have come to.
Heavens, slaves and masters and... Nicole. Wasn't Nicole in the notes?
Write our notes. Okay. Okay. So that's the notes that we took. This is from last time. I feel like I didn't get all the notes here. This looks incomplete. Maybe I rushed through that particular puzzle too quickly. Nicole. Maybe also just at the end we can just read this entire journal if we get a chance to do so.
Looks like some sort of food. It's not human food though, and it's fossilized too.
Fossilized, eh? Also, there might be something in darkness here which we're not seeing right now, if at all. This is a nice place to live. I mean, slightly precarious with how this stone bridge is set up, but other than that... it's a nice look. With another bowl of used to be food, possibly for the sea people. Although the sea people...
I wonder who used to live here. It seems it was abandoned ages ago.
There are more of these bowls.
We
What are those?
understood that.
I feel like I was supposed to go here first. No? Okay. What also tells me, like, star, I should be... Okay, it's just stuff that I hadn't seen before, because I'm not checking these notes. And probably I should. The game is angry at me for it. So is this... What is the meaning of this? Now that I've pushed this, is the other thing unpushed, maybe? No, they're both pushed. That's just this weird pool. This has like markings in it that could indicate some sort of scale. And this has 4 markings visible. This has 3. And also these ones are glowing, which the other ones weren't. Okay, we have all of this also to explore. And we can also go over there, probably, possibly, who knows. Let us explore. Ooh. This looks fun.
Some slaves die. Some slaves now water animal.
Okay.
Water animal. Is that what I am now?
Swirlies. Those are the water people, and they live in huts with these things that I've been pressing. Are these huts for the water people? Why would the water people not just live in water? Why would they have these houses? I mean, it makes sense with this weird food that I was already going to guess was going to be intended for the water people and just being put off by this being their place. Like, maybe it's like Zora's domain. Zora's domain is also not submerged in water. It's just close to water. We have this, which I don't know what it does. Maybe it raises the water level and then we can use the portal down there. See, my thinking is there's a portal down there, and that's an exit portal because it doesn't have... Or does it have a hand on it? Like one of these tablets for putting your hand... No, it does. It might. It's a bit difficult to tell from this distance. But if this is a warping thing, then... either we need to get to it somehow, or we need to put it underwater and have its terminal be somewhere else. Either way, we'll have to figure this out. Yeah, those things are what I saw on the drawing. Log. It doesn't put anything in log. It also doesn't put anything in notes. Okay, so this is just for us to learn. Is the architecture for these? Yeah, it's the same basic architecture style as these huts over here. So,
Although they are the same style, these huts are much simpler than the magnificent architecture I've seen up to now.
Exactly. More food. A broken bowl as well. More of these painted markings. So whoever this guy is, I think they don't like it. But these are slaves, okay.
Whoever the inhabitants were, they were living here against their will.
And this seems like ancient propaganda. That these slaves...
Whoever the inhabitants were,
that's just the same.
they were living here against their will.
They didn't agree with the situation as depicted.
Someone vandalized this mural. Some hands look human,
Oh, yeah.
but others are amphibian hands.
Oh, yeah, these ones have the skin between the fingers. And these ones are just... look like regular human hands. Interesting. I'm very thankful that my character is also observant, because I would be missing some of that otherwise. So we have a down path and an up path. I'm going to check the up path first. And there's another one of these. So let's see what's inside here before we press the button. That's like... Her hand has this weird thing where the third and fourth finger are very close together. That's also on all the pedestals.
It's quite disturbing to see someone's hand paintings from thousands of years ago. I feel connected to them somehow.
Maybe this will help you feel more connected.
Falls from the sky, awakens God, black blood.
I see.
Is that black blood the same thing as the black ooze?
It might be. It might very well be. I mean, what else would it be?
How can I explain what's happening to me? What is the meaning of all this? God's blood, transformation, eternal life. I feel like I'm going through what was written in that inscription.
Yeah, with all these waterfalls and this cyan color palette, it properly feels like Zora's domain. So I can now see this being the place where the water people lived. Feel like that's another wallpaper right there. Oh, I didn't press the button thing. You know what? Probably these things are just so you have to explore the entire village before you move on, and you get to see everything. Because it forces you up the entire path. Let's see. You're also four lines sticking out and no glowy. So we have two of these with the waterfalls are just debug placeholders, no other explanation for the cyan color. You have now documented our in-joke on the internet for everyone to see. Are you happy for yourself? Also welcome. Okay, another one of these. Hello. We have three. And honestly, the color, like what I identified as glowing, it could just be ambient lighting. Like the light in here. Like where's that even coming from? I suppose that's meant to be coming from here. Because there's no other illumination, it ends up looking like that. So we have... It's like the Merkel-Raute instead, but raised towards the sky instead of pointing down. So let us see.
Black blood in eyes, like in the well.
Did she cut them off? There was another sentence in the subtitles that they didn't say. Interesting. Does it say anything? Ah. The currents took me to what looks like a town, a sort of cylindrical pit with houses all around the walls. It's much more modest than the ruins I saw earlier. There are murals like the ones I saw before, but they've been defaced. Without a doubt, the people who lived here were the victims of the rituals. There was a small sink filled with black ooze. I heard some voices calling me, and they sound similar to the ones in my dream. But this time I understood what they're saying. I will just go through all the pages just so that it doesn't show this marker of you have unread things anymore. Hello, can I please? Why is it not? Okay. The trigger is weird. So that I can properly see when something new shows up. So we've been to the top now. And we have taken inventory of this village. At least the upper portion of it. There is a lower portion to it. There's also this button over there that when I pressed it, it didn't do anything. But now that we've activated these things over here, maybe it'll do something. There's indeed only one way to find out about that. But first we have the down path. So we're going to take a look at that. There's not really a puzzle here right now. It's just pushing buttons. We were introduced to these underwater currents, but besides that, it is mostly about getting lore.
There are some hand marks made with pigments. I wonder if they mean something. I better draw them just in case.
We did draw them. Symbol order. How does she know that there's something related to symbol order? This feels like a stretch. Oh. Huh? Okay. I see. We're getting this, and we're getting, and there was also the swirly on top. That I cannot seem to get, but we can just remember the swirly. And we are forbidden from getting our feet wet, in the literal sense of the term. So we have to figure out something else. I'm also wondering, for some reason, just looking at this game, I knew that it was going to be Unreal Engine. It has a feel to it that is, in the way that just 3D works, it has a feel to it that is similar to Satisfactory, which is also Unreal Engine based. And I don't know what about it is. But it somehow feels distinctly Unreal instead of Unity. Maybe it's like lighting, the way lighting's done. What is this? No. No? Oh, you know what? You know what? Symbol order. We need to press the buttons in the right order. That's what's happening. That is what's happening for sure. That's our puzzle right there. That's why they have different symbols on them. We need to start at hand. Yeah, we did a flush, it didn't work, and now we need to press the buttons in the right order. And that's why this thing was glowing, wasn't it? No? Oh, but we have these markings and it will go in, maybe it will go in farther. If we now go over, now it's very frustrating how slow she moves, because it's, I don't know where I saw it, if it was Game Maker's Toolkit or somewhere else. There's this thing where, this thing in game design, specifically in puzzle design, where you want the time from the puzzle being solved in the player's head to being solved in-game to be as short as possible to avoid frustration. And I'm feeling exactly this frustration right now, because I already know what I need to do, but I will take several minutes to execute on it. Because now we need to see, right, this is symbol number 2, so we press this button. And maybe it'll go further than... See, this goes in... Maybe I'm just seeing things, but this goes in a notch further. Now we need to find these hands, which is over here. I mean, evidently they're trying to put it in a way that you don't need to do this many back and forth running. There we go, it's going in yet further. And you know what? The swirlies are at the end, that's for this button. That's what this is all about. So we need just the scratches and then we can go back. Yeah. They're putting it in a way that you don't need to do as much back and forth walking, but also it's sufficiently scrambled so you don't do it by accident. Or at least you're less likely to do by accident. So this is the... There we go. There we go. And then we need to get the swirl, which is over here. Oh, I should have clicked there to get the symbol order, and I didn't. Okay, well. So I'm not going to get all the notes. Here we go. And what did that do for us? Is that like a button and that's going to form a bridge when I go there? I mean, the entire thing is going to be to actually enter this portal, which now I'm clearly seeing has a tablet on it, so it's actually an entry portal, not an exit portal. What does this have?
This civilization used these devices to raise and lower the water level.
There we go.
It's impressive.
There we go. Oh, there's also a building over there. But would I be able to access that? This is now not triggerable anymore. This was a one-time thing. And okay, let's go. And now... Oh, we cannot access nodes down here. Interesting. Let's see, this is pushing us in the wrong direction. So we need to reverse this. And we know how to do it. Slightly too late on that. Did I not point it in the right direction? Okay, I need to point it... Oh, it's like this is like in and the other is out. Okay. There we go. There we go. Oh, it's also, it's pointing in the middle. Okay, okay. I see now. I see. And this is stopping us, so we need to switch this as well. Hello. You're pointing down. We want you to be pointing the different direction. Look at this. Yeah. Okay. I feel like we need to go through in the entire sequence all at once to go in with velocity and actually break this wall. Oh. Hello.
They rebelled against their masters. The slaves seemed to worship two gods.
Yeah, they painted themselves on there with simple finger paints, presumably. Since they're painting hands all the time, I'm presuming those are finger paints, not finger pants. God damn it. Interesting.
This looks like an altar dedicated to two figures. I can hear them.
This might be the water
talking
goddess.
to me.
Oh, we have these houses underwater as well. Let's check out these houses.
So these creatures are immortal?
Cool. So we are immortal. I mean, immortality is a double-edged sword, but... I mean, that's neat.
The sunken continent. Was that their punishment?
So are the Nakal the slaves or the oppressors? Not sure about it anymore. They say Nakal was punished? Or is it just the place? It's called Nakal, and irrespective of the people inhabiting it. So if we go through this entire sequence at speed. No? Can I turn up the force on this guy? I feel like I'm being stopped here. Or is it because, well, I mean, in terms of fluid dynamics, it makes sense that if there's a wall here and you're trying to direct a flow into it, the flow will go out like this, and there's actually going to be a rather still water right next to the wall because of friction. Oh, that's another one we hadn't seen yet. Once again, stuff being scratched out. We can see the slaves turning into fish. Or at least, well... It need not be the same people, but being... Okay, well... Like, these are regular people. These are clearly fish people. These are just fish, I'm gonna say.
Different types of creatures of the same species lived here, but they weren't free.
Okay, she's much more willing to come to conclusions than I am. Some sort of door here?
This drain controls the water level. What a cleverly conceived system.
Interesting. No, I don't think I'm allowed to get nearer to that. What do I need to do here is the question. This was clearly a one-way business. The way these portals work, I can go either into the water or out of the water, but I cannot just go back. So all the offerings to these gods. More of this type of food that we've seen already. Also, why, if they are immortal, why do they need food? Or is that just for enjoyment? Or does immortality just mean you could live forever if you maintain your body well enough? Because if so, I feel like humans may also be able to attain this level at some point in the future. Oh, there's oh, they are sneaky. They captured our attention with this underwater village, but this is actually the path, possibly. Might be. Hello. But I'm legally not allowed to exit the water, so we need to find a way to control the water level while we're in the water. What is this? Oh, that opens the... Okay, so now everything is lined up and we can actually go in our fun water slide.
I made it.
Yeah, with an air of finality. Hello, Fern. Welcome in. We are underwater. Prancing all around. So we have been to the village where the water people live. I should be swimming faster. Guess whose 10-minute nap
My
just turned
illness
into
has
3 hours.
kept me from being happy. What I feel now is the complete opposite of being sick.
Okay, yeah.
I feel full of life and energy. Even better than before my illness.
Yeah, so first of all, good for you to get some sleep. That's always healthy. I should be getting more of that myself. Second, where last we left off, we had our first sequence where we were in the water like this, and we learned that at some places there are portals where you can go back out of the water and then become a person again, like the person that the lady usually is. And then other portals that allow you to go back in the water. So we've been out of the water, into the water, out of the water again, and now back into the water. And before that, we saw the village of these people, which it appears they have been slaves. And I'm not 100%. The problem is it's difficult to summarize these stories that are being told as fragments if you're not properly sorting through the evidence and just seeing it as it plays out. But I feel like why would we want to be a stinky land dweller? Exactly. You see, the thing is, these guys, or at least they are fish form, like what we are right now, they are mortal. It just straight up told us that. So that's pretty neat. And but they have houses that sometimes are underwater and sometimes over water, because they can actually control the water level around where they live. And yeah, they have been slaves to the people who made these golden murals that we have been seeing. We've been seeing some defaced murals, but yeah, so maybe I can just show you around here. So the problem is over here that when we're in fish form, we can actually not get out of the water. Clearly we should be able to do this, right? But we can't. We are legally not allowed to, but we can use one of them portals here. Wasn't the entire point of being fish immortality? I don't know about that. We can insert our hand here and just like that. But as you can see, this is a one-way street. There's no portal here to go back. This is clearly an entrance and this is an exit portal. So now we are back in the village. We've been exploring up there before. And now we are on, and we came all the way down there, but no further. This is where we actually entered the water. And now we're on this side. And you know what? Having done that, now we can manipulate the water level once again, and maybe we can... I feel like this is going to be the path where let's actually check this out before we press the button. I feel like this is going to be where we enter back into the water, but it's going to be...
If I enter the water now, I'll be soaked. Being me. I mean... It's hard to explain this, even to myself.
Thank you for making an effort, game. We appreciate you. So now, actually, we need to go back and manipulate the water level. Which is literally true, because manipulate comes from Latin manus, the hand. So manipulate means to change with your hand. Which we do by pressing this button.
Now the water level is really low, so I can access that tunnel.
Exactly. So I suppose if you use a machine to manipulate something, it shouldn't be manipulated. It should be like machine-pulate. Machine-ulate. It's a good word. Write that down. There we go.
These creatures lived like slaves. All their lives imprisoned and tortured in this place. Was it possible to live a decent life in here? If you've lived all your life in a prison, how would you know that you are a prisoner?
I mean, if someone is torturing you, that's a pretty good indication. And if you think that is commentary on things that are currently happening in politics, then maybe you're right. Okay, so this is where we just were a bit before. Have you been studying up for a death house in Italy? I don't think they are speaking Latin in Italy. At least not at this time. Yeah, this is where we came out as a fish before, and now we can just prance around.
Now I can enter this tunnel.
Oh, this is the tunnel that I was trying to get through, but yeah. Sounds like the Höhlengleichnis. I believe Plato's cave, cave of Plato? Something to that effect. But conveniently this is placed so now I can become a fish again. And so I shall. We just yeet ourselves over here. we continue exploring. And we check out our marvelous fish skin that becomes visible with each stroke animation. We do these very, very light puzzles where we see that the flow of the water is not in the direction that we want it to be, so we see it's pointing outwards. We want it to go in. We need to have the signals meet up in the middle, which we will do just like that. Allegory. Allegory. Plato's Cave allegory. Thank you. Fantastic.
This current is quite strong. I wonder where it will take me.
Oh, hello. You know what? With the way these fish were just swimming in front of me, that was really like Abzu. And I wonder why I wasn't making this connection earlier. Although, wasn't Abzu a Unity Engine game? Because, and I was saying this before, I know this game is Unreal Engine, and there's a certain feel to it that reminds me of Satisfactory, just from the engine being the same, and I don't know why. If it is the way like lighting works, or maybe just... Okay, hello. We're being guided on rails, I see. No, but that's definitely like the set pieces in Abzu, which are modeled after the set pieces in Journey. I should just let it play out instead of yapping all the time.
That was quite a ride, but it's over now.
The achievement was you swam through the big ride in Sunken Town. So that's probably just a story progression achievement, because I don't think I could have been able to avoid that. So, okay, we have the next location where we could... Like, we can technically try and surface, and then our vision needs to adjust. It's still kind of wet. And then we can see... And actually, there's no way for us to get out, because legally we need to change form first in order to dwell on land once more. We do that like just like that. I'm going to take another of these portals as a screenshot, because I think the portals are going to be my thumbnail for the board.
That ladder. Someone set up camp in here.
I see, these are the oppressors, these are the slaves. Specifically in their human forms. We've also seen the murals with them being in fish form. There's more oppressors joining the path.
Looks like a means of transportation to get to that sanctuary.
Could this be that our own island? The one that we're currently on? Possibly. Ooh. What do we have here? What is this? Okay, so we have slave on a chain held by an oppressor. A lot of slaves. They are also like chained up to a fence or something. And they are turning them into fish, or they become fish. They're running free. That's not something the oppressors would put on a mural, or they're just running from
Seems
stuff.
to show two possible courses of action. One means transformation, and the other means death?
Oh, so, okay. The way they're just lying flat here. So transform or die, cool. Sounds like comfortable. I mean, in that case, I don't know. I would probably have to read the pamphlet before I decide whether to go for transformation or not. Was there a pamphlet? Can I see the pamphlet? Is that going to be a later pickup? Oh, what does our notes say? Water drainage. The problem is I cannot actually open the book while I'm underwater, which, now that I think about it, makes total sense. This device opens a door, but only for a while. If I swim all the currents in the right direction, I can get there. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Okay, so the people who lived in the sunken town were able to adjust the water level at will. Were they people like me? Is that why I feel so at home here? Is that the reason this is so familiar to me? There was a small thing filled with black ooze. I heard some voices calling me, and they sound similar to the ones in my dream, but this time I understood what they were saying. There were 2 statues made of stone and mud on the bottom. It seemed that the people were leaving offerings in them. Was this how the people living here looked like? I guess the pamphlet was the mural promising immortality to fish. Probably. No, the immortal thing was in a vision. There was not a mural. I found the exit from the town and dived into a long underground current. That was incredible. I've never felt so free and full of life until now. She drew all those fish. She could become a zoologist and classify all these creatures. So I'm going to explore first because the other thing clearly looked like a puzzle, and I want to have all the information before I attempt that. And specifically, I don't want to miss what's up here. Which, would you look at that? But also, all these rocks have all these scratch markings in them. Which, obviously it's just ambience, but... No, these ones over there don't. It's only the stuff that is at least vaguely accessible. But also these don't. What is the pattern there?
What is this? This... Oh my god. Did I almost forget about Harry?
Yeah, you came here because your husband was here. Boat, transportation, bottle, alcohol?
Somebody painted these symbols on the wall.
See, this is exactly the stuff that I need for whatever puzzle's gonna come next, I tell you. We have...
You followed the river from the temple summit, and it took you some days to find this entrance.
Ruins. Useless. White sand beach. Teaharoa building raft. That's the indigenous guy that came along on the expedition. Where's the sanctuary? Where did we actually land? Was it... like one of these bays is where we must have landed on. But there's multiple possible things, and I don't think it's actually possible to track where it's supposed to be. We have a letter.
My dear old pal. It's only Cass and me now. I have much to thank her for, even if our friendship is worn thin due to hunger and fatigue. If she hadn't insisted so much, we'd never have convinced Tearoa. He guided us as we followed the river down from the mountain peak. And that's how we found
what happened
this
to him?
entrance.
To
And
Tearoa.
Nora, maybe I can't undo what's happening to you, Nora, but I think I can try to become like you. The original inhabitants of this island took slaves to a sanctuary. And there, they performed a ritual. Teaharoa said the ritual was madness, and he didn't want any part of it. He and Cass argued, violently. When we woke up the next morning, he had left. I know it sounds strange, but you have to trust me, my love. I know this is going to work, and we can be together. You understand what that means, don't you, Nora? We have a second chance. With more love than ever, Harry.
Harry? What ritual are you talking about? Why on earth would you want to become like me? Please don't be a fool. You don't even know if that ritual of yours is going to work.
So 5 minutes ago she was like, wow, I was never so alive as I've now been. I feel so strong and healthy, and oh my god, and my bank account is just looking swell. Now she's like, why the F would you want to become like me? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Also,
The sun is setting. It is so beautiful.
let's just fry our eyes out and look at the sun directly. No protection whatsoever. See, for a moment I was like, oh, that would be a nice wallpaper just for my screen, but then I would just get flashbanged every time I turn my PC on. I don't think I would like that very much. So we shall abstain from this idea in particular. And we shall enter back into the cave, which works much better with the current color grading. All right. So we've now seen what's over there. I didn't look around if there was any clues outside. I just went out, got blinded, and then went back in. So, but I'm not going out there again. Anyway, puzzle time. Do we have the notes about... Yeah, this is our log. Harry's ribbled these symbols on the wall. They must be important. Also, I have an empty page, which has me concerned. Or maybe I'm just getting stuff out of order. Okay, so now...
This panel looks different from the others. It's much more elaborate.
We learned that... so these have different symbols on them. And I'm wondering, does this mean anything? Or is it just... Like, I don't think I can turn this in any way. There's no turn button here. But it's going to be about timing. About... Like, this is going to be the longest thing. I'm just going to do... No, I'm just going to do all. Let's see...
This must be
Okay.
my transportation to the sanctuary.
I randomly got it first try. Cool. Was so ready to miss this timing just abhorrently. But maybe it's just super lenient. Wait, so it's possible that you could have just missed all these notes. Maybe that's why she specifically pointed it out when she came in, that there's a ladder there, so people don't miss that when they come through here. Or maybe it wouldn't let me in otherwise if I hadn't seen the note. Hello. Oh, this sound just keeps playing through the loading screen. Okay, oh, never mind. But that was chapter 5, and we're on to chapter 6. All shall be revealed in chapter 6, Falgoffen.
It all makes sense. Nothing bad is going to happen to me here, as menacing as this place might look. The island, the ooze, those sea creatures. They're just defending themselves, like a wild animal against an unknown threat. That's how they perceived the expedition, like a threat. But I, on the other hand, I wasn't a threat.
Sorry for the
Definitely
screenshots, but
wasn't unknown.
this game has so many cool vistas. This guy.
They seemed to recognize me, as if I was one of their own.
That's because you are my girl. Look at that.
Everything seems so distant now.
Bright full moon.
As if I first stepped on that white beach thousands of years ago. A full moon? It can't be. Yesterday was a new moon.
It was.
Did I lose track of time, or
Huh.
maybe this place isn't subject to the laws of physics? That's the only explanation I can find for this surreal night.
I mean, it's still
It's hard
subject to...
believe everything is real. Maybe it isn't. Maybe I'll open my eyes sometime and I'll be back in our home in Englewood and everything will be as before.
Shelly.
My perfectly ordinary life with Harry. My daily routines. My illness. That will be as before too. And then I'll need to shake off this strange feeling that I have now. Feeling that I don't really belong there anymore. And with there, I don't mean Englewood, or Boston, or Newburyport. I mean...
Humanity.
How is it possible that the strange events of only 2 days on this island makes more sense to me than the life that I've been living for years?
We're just gonna run ashore here.
it
I feel
is.
like we clipped into the stairs
The
there.
sanctuary.
Okay, cool.
So is this where you went, Harry? Was this your last stop?
Okay, I'll stop now with the screenshot, sorry. There's a camp right there. So he actually... There's multiple camps here.
Another camp. Well, there was little more than a few things scattered about.
You can also see there's stuff up there with stairs that maybe we can get to later. No? Nothing worth picking up? Cool.
My dear old pal. I never should have trusted Cass. I thought she cared about you, but she's just mad, obsessed with this place.
The face!
I can't trust her to help me overcome the last obstacle. This door. I know how to open it. But what I have to do is mix my blood with the black ooze. Am I mad for even considering that? It's the only way we can be together. It has to work, right? All this can't be a coincidence. The ritual is made for the two of us, isn't it, Nora? I wish you could be here to... Damn it. I have to think it over. I can't. Tomorrow. Leave it for tomorrow. Damn it. Stop writing.
What are you saying, Harry? Don't you see what the black ooze does? What it did to the doctor? Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, okay, she has a point about that.
A
I had it-
library? What are you talking about, Harry?
And here's she being a fast reader once again. I had a strange dream today. I was inside a vast library and gazed at vistas of another world. Pnakotos? Pnakotos? Blood
Is
plus
the
black
blood of
ooze.
these creatures some sort of catalyst? Heavens, this dagger looks exactly like the one I have.
An altar? Dried blood and ooze? Isn't that the dagger Frank was attacked with?
Harry, what is this? Looks like the ramblings of a madman.
Nora must do it! Just do it! Together. Change me? That was a weird inclination, sorry. Okay, what else do we... We have this other campsite over here, but also... It looks like stairs. Ah, uh-huh. Oh. An impassable chasm. Need to find a way to open it up first. Oh, okay. Also, I don't know. Are you guys also seeing the weird frame drops? Because I sure am. Oh, there's...
These patterns look too familiar.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to look at it. Okay.
Oh, I really hope this works.
Okay.
My God, this syringe has traces of black ooze. What the hell were you thinking?
Maybe we shouldn't point this directly at the screen. That could be disturbing to some
Black
viewers.
ooze on a petri dish.
Also, old and busted, would you still love me if I was a worm? New hotness, would you still love me if I became a fish? Fish are cool. Like, well, I think fish might be easier to love than women, and especially fish people. Like, worm people, Cass, I think I have the answer. You have to go back home and bring Nora here. Leave now scratched out. Please. He said
So I have to put my hand inside?
he's yelling, "It's not working!" Interesting. It was one of these that this one. But I saw the other one back there on the stairs, so we'll go check this one out.
Moby Dick. Its pages are hollowed out, and its shape is...
Herman Melville, Moby Dick. One of the most popular novels in all American literature. Moby Dick tells the story of Captain Ahab's unrelenting pursuit of a great white whale, a book about high seas adventure, symboling allegory in the conflict between heroism and hate. Sorry.
Harry asleep in his tent. What a creepy photograph. Oh my, she sounds completely out of her mind.
I've seen the future. Eternity awaits me. Death awaits Harry.
A camera. It must be Cassandra's.
Oh, I can clip it into the wall, into the crate. Interesting. A used flashlight. Film tape.
Let's give it a try.
Oh, it's like in Dune.
Ouch! Oh! Ah! What was that? Looks like a tattoo, but it isn't. Those are my spots. They've moved.
The spots on my hand have been rearranged to form some sort of symbols. Oh, okay, okay. That was what was missing here. We got that. What the shit? Also, call me Ishmael. I don't know if that's a reference I'm not getting. There's more of these stairs. I feel like most of this is going to be traversing around to find all these chompers and get the full pattern. Let's see. The guy presents the dagger. The slaves are in the sanctuary. Being offered, maybe?
This mural seems to describe a ritual involving blood. That dagger.
I don't know where you're getting blood from this, except by already knowing that it's about blood, because you literally drop blood on the altar to open the door. But, okay. Once again, it's the inevitable
She's behind
disconnect.
that door. I wonder which Harry I'll find. How much would be left of the man I love? And how much of the man who has lost his sanity in this place?
Oh, first sentence of the book, Moby Dick. That's this inevitable disconnect with these narrative puzzle games, that there's a disconnect between what the player character can figure out and what the player can figure out. And I think the only way to really get around that is to have a mute player character like in Outer Wilds. I mean, the player character in Outer Wilds talks, but from a dialogue tree.
An eye and a star. Look at the stars, maybe. The stars are aligned, forming a constellation that I don't recognize. That is not the same sky you can see from Earth.
Yeah,
If
but
that's not the Earth sky, where am I now?
plot twist, we are on Earth, that's just light pollution. Okay, so then she's not drawing this in the book. But that's entirely possible if... that's entirely possible if we just need to input the sequence somewhere here. Wait, but we have the thing on the hand. Is that... So like this shape is in there. Which means that this would be down. Also. It's also part of there, of this there. No, it's part of all of these, isn't it? Okay, let's... I mean, before we try and solve the puzzle, let's first take inventory of everything once again. I think we're not in Kansas anymore, Starlink satellites.
All these papers are riddled with incoherent doodles.
Bridges.
I wonder
Dragons.
what this means.
Gargoyles. Animals.
Those stone statues seem to rotate with this switch.
Some sort of creature. A pet. 90-degree rotation. Howl. Which creature? Hey, which creature? Where's the thing that howls? Am I stupid? Let's check the drawing again. Is it this thing? No, it can't be red. Is it? Oh, a lot of black ooze. I feel like I would see it if it were here. I don't think I'm seeing it. So I think the question is which way the constellations are connecting. No, it's also the size of the star. So specifically, I'm looking at this corner here. This part of the thing, which is this star here, and then there's a star of, well, it may be a bit larger than this one, down and left of it. And if we look for this here, it's, well, that could line up. But then this requires to be, for another star to be below it, which it's not right quite in the same position. And this thing, this ring requires more stars to be above it, which also it isn't. But this thing also doesn't match up. So I don't think any of these line up quite right.
It's a pentagon-shaped symbol with channels in its edges. What was it used for?
Aha. Aha. So can we line this up? We have this big guy, which is this big guy. And so that lines up with this down part. So it would actually be oriented like this. And then we don't actually have all these stars. Like we have this part. We have something here, but we don't have, for example, we don't have this guy. We also don't have these two guys. This corner is just entirely empty. What does it mean? I should just explore more instead of trying to figure it out from missing information. We have a mural, first of all, which looks like a nice bath going on. But we will study up close.
They carried these people here to test them. Like a challenge of some sort.
Oh, is it the thing about... So the doctor died when they came into contact with the black ooze, and apparently we are fine when we come into contact with the black ooze. So there is some sort of discrimination that can be done by touching people to the black ooze, and they were trying to figure out who can survive this sort of twisted, wicked challenge.
Where is this door leading me?
Do we get all... Okay, we can get these all written down.
Shining constellation. I better draw it.
Yes. Draw everything. We need all the notes. I am kind of sort of gunning for the 100% notes achievement, because I got an achievement for getting 50% of the notes.
Constellations and stars. These people seem to worship otherworldly gods.
I mean, maybe it's a writing system that just means like grocery list. Like this is grocery list. Then we have 2 eggs, 3 mangoes, 3 apples. That's because they're all dot circle shaped, like these things that I was describing. They're all vaguely round. That's how they're writing it. They have a different writing system for if they want to purchase pointed objects. It's written by different people entirely, actually. So we have all of these. Do these Can I interact with these?
It's a pentagon-shaped symbol with channels in its edges. What was it used for?
Things can I interact with anything? It's going to be the major Okay. Okay.
Circular stones with strange carved symbols. These icons on the wheel are the same as the constellations I have on my hand.
We need to build... Oh, we have a limited set of things we can actually draw right now. We have only one thing on the hand. So we can only draw using this shape. And I suppose that we need to find a door that we can open just by using this shape, which would be this one. So like this guy, you see? We can do this. We can build this up with just the one shape we have right now. We have it here once and then here once. And we just need to find out which perspective is the right one to get this. And this should be that part. So we do need to look from here. Light up this thing. Right. Yeah. And then we go over and... Not here. We go over to this thing. And we light up this. Aha. There we go. And I presume this is going to expand our symbol repertoire.
They took them to a throne room. That was the final step in the ritual. What an odd structure. Riddled with nooks and crannies and endless stairways.
What are these objects over there? They look like holograms that are not rendered in completely. They look like in Satisfactory when you're trying to build something but you haven't placed it down yet. Like a slightly different shade of blue, but otherwise it's so out of place with the color grading.
Maybe it only hurts the first time. Ah! The second also hurts.
Okay, now we have the letter C. Can I do anything with these? Can I get there?
When I arrived on this island, I felt like I was trespassing. But now, I feel like this is where I belong.
Oh, you know what? The next door is going to give us that. The next door will be providing access to that for us. Wait, where did I come in? Over here. It was just cloaked in shadow, so I didn't see the stairway down. But once we enter through the other door, then we will be able to access the rest of this. Okay, so... I can see how this C shape factors into this, but I cannot build up this angle with anything that I have. Oh, what can I build up? Oh, this thing, right? We have our first shape here, and then we have this and this. So this is going to be our next objective. And can we actually reuse anything that we already have? We can't. Oh, so we need to clear out. Need to clear these out first. There we go. Ah. Pressed the wrong button. Oh, I did press the right button, I just didn't see it. Okay, cool. So we have this. Yeah, it's already in the right orientation. So we don't need to guess how to rotate the thing to make it work in the right way. So we have this. That's that shape. Okay, we can only do one per direction. That's interesting. If we do this, then this provides the right completion for here. And then I believe it should be this one, which we can just... No, this is not the right one. It needs to be turned a little bit more. So we need to go here instead. Yeah, there we go. And it is this one, okay. So we get to explore over here. The part that I said just before we cannot access, now we can access it. Let's see what all that is about.
Black and white figures.
Oh. Black and... Oh, is it like a chest thing? Oh, these are the howling things. Okay. We also don't know what these are. I may have just skipped a part in a thing in part 5 entirely. Okay, and I presume if I turn you further, then this bridge will disappear. Okay, so it's... I can make bridges appear wherever these things are howling at. Okay, so... I actually want... these... I want to build a bridge over there. Wasn't there a thing like this in Heaven's Vault also? Where you need to build bridges? We have like fossilized black ooze.
Good doggies. Or dragons. Whatever you are.
Oh, don't worry about it. They're only working when you press the button. Oh, now we can control it from here. Interesting. What are these? They really feel so out of place. Like it's a weird off color of white. It doesn't fit within the rest of the color grading. I don't know. It really makes it feel like a hologram. How do we actually make progress from here? I feel like having this guy point anywhere but this direction doesn't make any sense. But I clearly need to go there. Yeah, what are these white... Oh, you know what? Do I control the white things now? I do. Okay, cool. We're gonna try something. Which... No, now that I think about it, there's actually properly no way to position these any different, because I need to control them, I need to be able to get back there. And I can only do that when these two at least are in this exact position. So the only liberty that I have is to control where the white ones are pointing, and I can turn this guy. But if I do like, okay. Let's turn this guy around first. Let's see how far he can actually howl. Oh, you only do 2 each. Okay. Kind of weak. Oh, I can see the pillars down here underwater. Wait a minute. You know what? I need to set these up correctly to all line up with each other. And then I need to go back, turn this guy around to point left so that it connects up with this white guy over here. So we need to have this guy going on this angle. Then this guy, I think it doesn't make any sense to have him pointing anyway but this. And then these, like so. Yeah. Yeah. This ought to work for us. Now this guy needs a 90-degree rotation and the other guy as well. The other black guy. So we need to do this from here. And this ought to open the path for us. I mean, with these I can kind of see it, but like this makes a bit more sense as just a very weird white, but never mind. I'm just gonna suspend my disbelief and say maybe they just have hologram technology. Maybe that's it. There we go. Give me my new symbol.
Oh, come on. One more time.
Yeah, and you will need another one too.
Ow! That hurt! Again.
Excellent. That's 2 out of 4. Also, by the way, just as a random note, since this is the last stream of the year, once we are done with the game, we will talk about what's coming in 2025.
I think I can feel the agony of the slaves, their suffering, and the effects of their transformation. It's horrifying.
Yeah, he looks very dejected. And these guys are like, what must be done, must be done. Okay. So once again, first I'm going to clear out what I already have. Like so. So that we have a clean canvas once again. And so we have this thing. This is solved. This is solved. This looks like, wait. No, is this? No, this ain't right. Well, this has some sort of weird angle so we can... It's getting more interesting now, for sure. But, so we can start off from this perspective over here, put in the first symbol. So this, I'm pretty confident, helps with building this upper right symbol. We have... How does this actually fit in with anything? Is the thing. Can I just see this guy on its own? Oh, it's going via these weird corners over here. Okay. So it's going into the corner, then back onto the circle and continuing on the circle. But this is not what we need here, isn't it? I'm passing by Ponzo. Have a good Christmas and Happy New Year if I don't speak to you. Good Christmas and Happy New Year to you as well. What is this actually? Yeah, it's weirdly distorted in here, but it's like, no, wait, it's not distorted. It just, it looks over, but it is actually this shape that makes up the rest of this line here. But I'm like, out of these two, oh, you know what? It's just, this guy's just built out of just the symbol shape. So we could actually have a branching path here. Okay, we don't need this thing right now. We need to get rid of this and take another good look. Have this thing and have this thing. So we do need this. Yes, no, maybe? No. It's not from this angle. It's still from the other angle. I should have just kept this in. It's this thing. No. No, now I'm looking from this perspective, and it's actually drawing this. See, but wait. Am I just confused and the other one was right? Let's try this again. This is... No, this is this. I'm just stupid. Okay, cool. And we do this. There we go. There we go. And we're looping back outside to the place that I already saw.
This place is like a labyrinth.
Yeah, exactly.
It was submerged in black ichor.
Oh, hello. I know this is where I get the next
seems to be on the
symbol.
brink of madness. But I don't feel the slightest hint of confusion. On the contrary, I feel my mind is more focused than ever.
I'm getting my hand chomped.
Seriously?
There we go. It's got to be the last we need. But also, this place. Oh. Drop down the ledge. I didn't expect to drop down the ledge. This, okay. We cannot get through like this. We need to open the door from inside. And so we shall. So we shall. We just have this entire mess to build up. And now we have this little angle thing that will help us do that. So once again, clear out this. And also, is it, if I do this, will it light up the right thing? I think it does. So that's going to be useful. And we didn't have anything in here. I want to take this out first. So we have this thing, which is useful. In this direction, we need our first symbol again. And that's this. That's all of this. Yeah, wait, this fourth symbol is not used for anything. Do we need this later? Maybe we need this later. But I think this one we need to put in over here. Boop. No? And maybe I was wrong and it needs to be here. There we go.
All the doors are open. But where is the constellation I need to open the throne room?
I see. That's the constellation that we need for the throne room. But we'll get to that in a bit. First I want to see what's over here.
Another one of those gates. I have to get into the water again.
And this time we have both an entrance and an exit gate, so we will be able to get back here. And same thing on this side. Okay. Let's take a gander. I feel like we are properly getting close to the end here. We will get into the throne room and all shall be revealed. Right, since this was an involved puzzle. I don't know. I mean, there might be more here. Another bitey fish.
Oh, come on. One more time.
Do we even have any more space left on the hand?
Ow! That hurt! Again.
Oh, yeah, we do. It's a little angle thing. There we go. So now we just loop back real quick. Also very minor annoyance, the sprint button that you're just holding all the time, because why would you ever move slowly? There's another mural. Let us observe.
I can feel the torment of the thousands of slaves who perished here.
Are they trying to create some sort of god? Is that what's happening here? Those are all the oppressors. Watching, like guards or priests. And this is a dude undergoing the ritual, and he's like doing the anime glimmer in the eyes. Like he's awakening. Okay. Now finally, we're going to reset the inputs on this thing. We now have all the shapes. And this is the only one that doesn't have any. We have... Wait, which one did I... There we go. And this one. So we have a blank slate once again. And now to enter this constellation. And it is going to start with this shape yet again. That's something that we're returning to quite a lot, but this shape is clearly visible. I think from this side we have the C letter again. Or do we? Yeah, I think we do. Yeah. So this half, the half that we're looking at, is properly represented. On the other side, if we go over here, it's slightly confusing when we're not looking at it in the right direction. But in this corner, to have, jeez, we need to have all of these lit up. So that would be like so. It overlaps a lot with the other symbol, but that's fine. And then we need the stretched out thing that we just picked up last. And that's going to go in here. So every symbol was useful.
The door to the sanctuary is open. It's time to find out what's waiting for me inside.
There we go. These symbols form a constellation. There we go. All shall be revealed. I don't know if I'm going to go through all these notes. It's kind of a lot. Tell you what. I'm just going to go to the beginning, and I'm just going to go through each and just pause on them for a second. So if you want to look at this, if you want to read through these as a viewer at home, you can just go look at the VOD and just flip through them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There you go. That's the entire story, except for what comes next. Which, we need to step through this. Falgoven. That's the name of the chapter.
There's something written on the floor with blood. Falgoven? Haven't I heard that word in my dreams?
So I feel like if I... Oh wait, that's just a look thing.
What a disturbing mirror. Is it made of black ichor? I feel like it is speaking to me. Oh, heavens.
Interesting. Is there anything else here? Hello? I hear this noise like the building is crumbling. Also, the music is picking up and I don't know what it means. Hello? Hello? If I'm supposed to touch the black ichor, then... or ichor... The problem is I'm not able to. I mean, I don't know if that counts as a problem. Like, it's a problem in terms of story progression. Can I... See, I don't have a prompt to...
There's something written in the floor.
No, that's the same as before.
Falgofen? Haven't I heard that word in my dreams?
Oh. Oh! Didn't see this.
My God.
The stairway is forming in front of me. Out of these black pillars.
Nothing that happens here appears to respect the most basic rules of physics.
I mean, it does follow rules, just not the ones you're familiar with.
However, as strange as it may be, it does maintain a peculiar harmony.
Okay, one more screenshot for the road.
Like the workings of a clock. Or a music box.
Was there something at the beginning about a music box that feels specific? The way she said it, it feels like... I can see what's happening over there.
Harry, is that you? No, 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 no! Tell me this isn't you, Harry. It can't be you. It can't be.
Okay, so we are doing the ritual together, huh?
How did you do it? Oh my God, Harry, no! In the end, you performed the ritual. You poor fool. But why? I don't understand it. Why? You knew it. You knew it wasn't going to work.
What has happened to him? Oh, that is a music box.
You knew the ritual wasn't going to work. That's why you never sat on the throne. You didn't even perform the ritual, did you, Harry? But you wanted me to think that you had. You even left a lure to confuse me. But why?
That's the music. Oh yeah, I remember it. I remember now. Wait. What? Okay, so the Nora Nomicon. Nora didn't write this, did she? Is that credits? If that is credits, that's a cool way to wait. No, Harry Everhart, Nora Barrows. That's a family tree, and huh? So her father was Abner Barrows, who married Eleanor Marsh. Eleanor Marsh's father was Isaiah Marsh, who had an Edna Bayer, and Isaiah Marsh's parents were Obed Marsh and Xyrill. And so she had the blood of these people in her, which was why it resonated with her or whatever. And he didn't. Like, what is this family tree on the other side here? Wait, no, it's so Obed Marsh also had Alice Marsh as a daughter, and she has a descendants down to. Who are these people on the right side? I haven't heard any of the name Williamson before. Williamson or Olmsted? Was that one of the people on their expedition? Was that... What was the reporter's name? Can I go to any other page? I cannot. Okay, so I feel like we have to go in here and that will be the ending cutscene.
What really happened?
Okay. Sure.
The only person with you in that sanctuary beach was Cassandra. So if you didn't die, it had to be her.
And she didn't have any of the blood in her, so... Or did she?
Did she use the dagger to open the gates and carry out the ritual? You tried to stop her, but it was too late. She shot you with your own gun and left you for dead, didn't she, Harry? Because Cassandra was ambitious and would stop at nothing to uncover the secrets here. The island fueled that hunger for knowledge.
It's all the items that we found. Or part of it anyway.
I had doubts about whether the ritual would work. What happened to Cassandra cleared up those doubts. The ritual wasn't for people like you.
Oh, she's embracing it wholeheartedly.
The ritual was only for people like me, but you refused to believe it until the island itself spoke directly to you. Hacha Falgafen. She is our daughter. That's when you finally understood. You understood what my fate would be if I didn't come here and carry out the ritual. A slow and painful death.
This thing is alive. Or at least animated.
So you faked your own demise and left your glasses near Cassandra's corpse. The same glasses you never take off.
In the music box. Cthulhu Tagen. Yeah, Falgoven is...
And you sent me the package from Dundee, Harry. Your picture, the key, the dagger. Another one of your scavenger hunts.
She started the thing with it. She didn't pick it up on the island. Okay, see, that's the problem if you play a game over several weeks. You forget about the beginning by the
I
end.
took the bait. You made me come to this island, the same island where you almost lost your mind and your life, the same island where 4 members of your expedition perished. Why did you deceive me, Harry? You said you would never lie to me. Why didn't you tell me the truth? Why did you do this to me? Because you knew that I would never accept my fate if it meant leaving you. Right, my love? Not even if staying with you would mean a slow and painful death. So the only way to get me to leave you was to make me believe you were dead. And you chose to live a life without me, so I could be who I really am. That's why you tried to deceive me. But I know you too well, my dear old pal. We've had so many years together, so many moments of love, happiness, understanding, friendship, a whole beautiful life with you. I know what you tried to do, but I can't let you make this decision for me, Harry. Either I embrace my fate and accept what I've always been, and leave you behind, or I reject it and return home with you to relish the time that my illness gives us. It's my decision to make.
They're gonna make me choose? No, screw it. I want to be fish boy
We
or
have
fish
a
girl.
really good life. But that's not my life anymore, is it, Harry? After what I've been through on this island, after all I've found out about myself, I can't fool myself anymore. I have to accept what I truly am.
Reject
leave you
humanity,
behind.
become fish.
I'm going back home. What a lovely melody. I don't believe I've ever heard more than a few notes. Until now. For years I thought I was sick. But the truth is, I was homesick. My poor health, the pain, the suffering. It was all because of how far I was from here.
She had a
Everything
gill
seems so
infection.
far away now. No trace of pain, no trace of sickness. Nothing besides this place.
She had a gill infection. She
So
didn't know
pleasant
she
to
had
forget
gills.
everything else. Nothing matters anymore. I'm finally one of the thousands of minds connected to the Icor. Connected with the Elder God.
Okay, dropping some lore bombs.
Goodbye, Harry.
Nora. Wait, do we get to meet other water people now? Like, they are immortal, so... Like, numerically, there should be a lot of them. Especially if they're able to reproduce. Excuse me, what is that? Is that a submarine? This game is properly turning into Abzu now.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
1, 2, don't forget the harmony. 1, 2, 3.
All my life is empty since I went away. Skies don't seem to be so clear. May some angel sentry guard you while I stray, and fate be kind to join us some sweet day. Oh, how I miss you, dear old pal of mine. Each night and day I pray you're always mine.
Professional chess consultant.
Sweetheart, may God bless you. Angel hands caress you, while sweet dreams rest you, dear old pal of mine.
Dearie, I'm so lonely. How I miss your smile and your tender loving way. I just want you only, want you all the while. May God decree I have you back someday. Oh, how I miss you, dear old pal of mine. Each night and day I pray you're always mine. Sweetheart, may God bless you. Angel hands caress you, while sweet dreams rest you, dear old pal of mine. I love you, Nora.
And I love you, Harry.
Even today, so many years later, I still doubt whether I did the right thing. I lied to you for the first and last time. And even if it was to free you from pain, suffering, and death, I deceived you. But I've paid such a high price for my deceit, Nora. Fate has punished me with a long and sorrowful life, with no other incentive than my work. Because that is the only thing I have now, my dear old pal.
That and the memories. That is the game. Jump scare on the foliage here. Anyway.